哟，各位观众，今天要跟各位介绍一个右派保守主义当中最不可思议的存在，那就是。
They're part of the elite ruling class that they're exempt from the rules, and that's arguably worse. They want to force everybody else to live by these rules and aren't willing to do it themselves.
I have a dream of 9 crack whores at a Motel 6.
I'm going to miss you out. Globalist God!
Been in the news a lot lately.
This is a dangerous man. It's pandering a little bit.
One of them racists. Horrible working conditions.
It was venomous.
Do you believe it's plausible that Steven Crowder is just a monster?
Hello， 大家好，我是李恩。我们介绍过右派最强的辩论天才 Ben Shapiro， 也介绍过最棒的青年领袖 Charlie Kirk， 更不要说右派地表最强的心理学家 Jordan Peterson。但是，各位观众朋友，今天要隆重的跟各位介绍右派保守主义的嘴炮机关枪，人称右派吵架王、包容心的 Steven Crowder。 Steven Crowder 呢，他可以说是右派的脱口秀战神。每天早上起床，不是刷牙洗脸，就是先打开麦克风，对着镜头开炮。他不是传统保守派人士。如果要说是嘴炮王的话，那么是不是大家非常容易联想到我们以前介绍过的这个英国的康斯坦丁？没有错哦。 他跟康斯坦丁一样，都是喜剧演员出身，而他非常早在2009年的时候就正式开启了他的个人频道，也就是 Louder with Crowder。好，节目名称翻译过来就是吵死你 Crowder。好，那你光是从频道名称你就可以想见哈，这个家伙呢，他都是用这种幽默滑稽，好，但是很简单，就是一个人对着镜头一镜到底的短短几分钟的搞笑影片。好，但是你会发现里面都是充满着对于左派的批判。 举凡像性别啦、堕胎啦、枪支权啊，还有言论自由，好，这都是他最关注的议题。其实这个都是长期左右派最会争论的一些焦点。好，那今天呢，我们要看的告诉各位，可以说是美国保守派史上历史性的一页。这部影片可以说是经典中的经典，就是。 在很早2016年4月25号的时候呢，麻州大学 Amherst 分校，就是 UMass Amherst 的一场极具争议性的校园活动，名为The Triggering Has Political Corrections Gone Too Far？ 政治正确是否已经走得太偏了？好，那这场活动原本只是 UMass 麻州大学呢，他们里头的共和党的学生会来主办的，主题就是探讨说政治正确是否已经走得太偏太远了哈。那他们邀请的人我跟你讲，可以说我真的觉得是一绝啊，全部都是背景非常的鲜明，都有非常独特的色彩。 第一个就是 Steven Crowder， 保守派喜剧评论员，那就已经很非传统型的。另外一个是 Milo Yiannopoulos， 他本身是一个保守派的同志圈这就有点像我们之前介绍被 Charlie Kirk 一直在支持的黑人保守派同志网红 Amir Odom 很像但是呢 Milo 比 Amir Odom 是更早就出名，是以反政治正确闻名的。那第三个也很特别是 Christina Hoff Sommers。 那她是一个哲学教授，而且呢还是一个女权主义者。可是不要误会Sommers 非常的批判现代激进的女权主义，也就是我们讲的 Third Wave 第三波女权主义。她自居自己是第二波的女权主义者可是她呢完全的反感第三波的女权主义。这三个人一个是喜剧圈的嘴炮王，一个是同性恋编辑，然后一个又是女权主义。你很难想象这三个人居然都是右派保守主义的光谱。好，我想这一次呢，可以好好的让大家体会保守主义其实是有多么包容、多么的欢迎不同身份认同的人因为本来其实这些身份认同本身它就不带有什么政治性的色彩可是呢有趣来了 UMass 共和党学生会举办这场活动呢，是欢迎所有学校里的学生都可以来参加来聆听。结果没想到呢，许多的左派学生不知道是为了要一睹这三位的芳容呢，还是想要前来挑衅呢， 就居然呢召集了一大批的左派学生，在这个现场啊，就频频的呛声闹事哈，一直打断这个演讲，对于这3个嘉宾呢给予嘘声，完全的可以说就是要来这里闹场就对了，完全等于是活动啊，频频被台下的学生给破坏打乱的过程当中呢。Steven Crowder 就跳出来了，开始展开了连珠炮式，堪称保守派史上最伟大的，也是最好笑的经典之一，毫不留情的善用了他最会争辩挖苦，比律师啊还犀利，逻辑呢比福尔摩斯还狠的嘴炮攻击呢，频频的朝台下学生来对呛开骂，成为了2016年的一段经典，时至今日啊，已经高达256万次的观看。但是由于当时候现场录制的画质并不好的缘故哈，所以要请大家多多包涵。不过呢，相信看完会让你爆破3观，重新对保守派有一个全新的认识，那就是继我们之前碰到这个左派的烈火奶奶哈对着 Charlie 呛声之后呢，今天我们真的要来好好的看到一位哈堪称是吵架王的包容心 Steven Crowder， 让左派台下学生可以说是各个全部暴走哈，但是同时伴随着其他保守派学生的掌声如雷吧，就让我们一起来看 ，Let's go！
Let's hear it for UMass Republicans putting this on. Come on, let them know you love him. Let's hear it for Milo. Let him know you love him. Let's hear it for Miss Sommers. Let her know you love her. Time to listen up, you silly liberal fruitcakes. I came out here, I wanted to tell some jokes. Let's do some reality checks here. Do you have any idea, sir, how pathetic it must be to be you? These people wanted to come out and have a good time, hear a few jokes, some thoughtful discussion, but your head pops off the pillow in the morning with, oh, how can I be a professional victim today? Let me go in and screw with their act just because, oh my God, your parents didn't tell you that your opinion wasn't worth that much. Look, they're confused. They're confused. You know why? Because I'm not your gender studies professor who has to cater to your trigger warning, microaggression, safe space bullshit. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to come out and tell a few jokes. You created this monster. We have to go. 10 more minutes of this. Let this reverberate. Let it be a life lesson. This monster right here that you're so afraid of, the face you see in your nightmares, was created by social justice warrior assholes like you. And now you have this wonderful faggot. That's what happens. We okay? We good? Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Darling, you can call me what you like.
Oh, okay, there we go. Crying out loud, listen. Nobody here wants to hear your opinion that much. And here's what's so crazy. You couldn't wait 5 minutes. Unlike leftists, we have an open panel and a Q&A session because we want an open idea. Oh, I'm a racist. There you go. That's a new one. Where'd you learn that one in Social Human Studies 101? Right next to the giant, I don't know, wild boar I couldn't see who said there's no such thing as fat chicks. Guess what? If you think there aren't, you are one, okay? Did he just make a fat joke? Yeah, I did. And no, it's okay, because I got some here, so screw you. I have a faggot pass and a fat pass today. We wanted to come out here and tell a few jokes. We wanted to have a thoughtful discussion. We want an open conversation of ideas. You guys can't be grown adults enough to literally wait 10 minutes to the point where we open the floor. And unlike leftists, guess what? We don't try and ban you when your speakers come to school. We don't show up and protest and call them, oh, shut up, you just got owned and now you're trying to come back 5 minutes later. It's like George... The jerk store called, they're running out of you, George Costanza, you androgynous little amoeba. And by the way, these opinions you're yelling out, they're not even your opinions. They're your opinions from your gender studies professor, and the really reason you picked it was because you thought it was your best chance at getting laid. You just decided to walk on in to try and pick up chicks at the San Francisco retread pot-smoking drum circle, only to realize that your very glance in the direction of a woman causes a barren womb. Oh, you think this is gonna get better? No. Is he gonna check his privilege? That's not going to happen. I don't want to come out here and give someone the finger, but it's because they walk out and this chick is start a show like that. This is absurd. At least when you go back to like Christina Hoff Sommers days, self-professed Democrats, hippies, the retreads that you guys want to be, at least they thought they were fighting the system. They thought they were trying to create transparency. They really thought they were for free speech. You people are openly and completely against it. You're not fighting for free speech. You're not fighting for rights. You're fighting for the right to be a pussy and not hear opinions that you don't like.
I'm done.
Oh! If you only take one piece of advice from this, okay? Please, sincerely, don't be an asshole your whole life.
All right. At this point, we'd like to move into discussion portion. So, as we stated earlier,
a few moments later.
Did you?
What? Yeah, oh, I want to go? Yeah, okay. You want to know what political correctness is? If you actually research the history of political correctness, it was designed as a political tool to silence voices of dissent, as you see here tonight, with people simply yelling out racist, homophobic, transphobic. Good example of political correctness trying to silence dissent. Listen, whether you like him or not, Dr. Ben Carson is a black man who's one of the most prolific neurosurgeons of all time. Oh, shut up. Shut up. I feel bad because I thought I was insulting.
Please simmer down in the middle.
Be a chick.
Excuse me. Could you please simmer down? Thank you.
If they're going to attack Dr. Ben Carson, for example, as an idiot, racist bigot, a black neurosurgeon who was raised to a single mom in Detroit, okay? He wasn't Barack Obama. He was playing for the full-on black A team. He played pro. They're going to do it to everybody. So you know what, at this point, just keep the cameras running. These people don't want to hear any differing opinions. That's what political correctness is. You want to know what political correctness is? Look around and listen. These people don't have arguments. They just yell out racist, and they call the gay guy here who has a fetish for black dudes a racist homophobe.
Just moving on here.
I gotta tell you.
Sorry, I hope I wasn't revealing anything there.
I don't know why Black Lives Matter.
A few minutes later.
All right. A couple of things. Right, okay, a couple of things here. All right, we get it. You're angry. Daddy never hugged you enough. Come on. Let me give you an example right here, okay? Right now. This girl right here just yelled out that we were all racist. What? You just said you're not a girl? Do I try to use Z, the gender neutral? What's up? Yeah, what's up? You just yelled out that all of us were racist. And then you asked a question. And the question was? Why are there only white people on your panel? There you go. It sounded better when you were yelling it with a chorus of backdrops. Let me explain. Okay, can I answer your question? Do you want an answer? Would you like an answer? Here's what's no, you don't know the answer, sweetheart. Let me answer it for you. Listen, you have, right here on this panel, you have a gay British Trump supporter, okay? You have a lifelong registered Democrat, open feminist, who's not a third wave feminist, and you have a French-Canadian Christian conservative. So you may ask, why is there only white people? Because the only diversity you don't care about is that of intellectual diversity.
Right. Yes.
Please be seated.
One second.
Please be seated. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Please take a seat. Please take a seat until the discussion is over. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the applause. You can continue doing that to drown them out if you need to. The final thing I want to say, come on, please zip it, okay? For a second. Listen, you spoke, I gave you the right to have a question, and now let me finish answering. No, you don't. You don't have the right without me giving it to you.
You don't have the right.
Excuse me.
Let me finish the point. Okay, let me finish the point. These people who are yelling out, the reason they are so angry, the reason they are so incapable of hearing this is because, unlike you, the people who are conservative, intellectual thinkers, you've heard all of their opinions before. From every single mainstream news outlet, from every single film that's been made in the last 20 years, from every single professor. This is the first time they're hearing these points of view. That should be a stark contrast and tell you who's thinking for themselves.
I want to come back on something. Let me.
2,000 years later.
1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted on college campuses. Correct.
Wait, people believe that? 1 in 5? Listen, that's a number that we throw out there. Are we talking 1 in 5 like Lena Dunham who had regretful sex? All right. Are we talking 1 in 5 like Columbia Mattress Girl or Virginia? Are we talking Rolling Stone article? Almost every time that's... Listen, here's the reality. No man, no self-respecting man except for single digits of a percentage point in population Earth condone or like rape, okay? We didn't have a secret meeting behind your back, okay? There wasn't some secret patriarchy meeting on Tuesday, just like we didn't have some secret meeting to set some unrealistic standards of beauty like, hey, what's the really screw with them? We don't even like boobs and butts, okay? So this idea to tar and feather, well, you know what, we want to talk about that. We want to talk about sexual assault, people saying there's rape culture on campus. Well, obviously we can point out I'm sure you'll point out the obvious in the Middle East and the real rape culture with Islam and any Islamic country. Good luck finding your 4 witnesses in a Sharia court. But you know what? You want to talk about the deck stacked against you? That's not an actual statistic. Boys don't do well in grade school through high school until they finally have the opportunity to study for the SATs, in which case they blow women out of the water. Why? Because we have developed an educational system in this country that caters to women. Boys don't learn by sitting and watching a chalkboard and hearing things verbally. They learn hands-on. We've rigged the deck against young boys, and they're more confused and angry than ever. And people coming out and implying that all of these boys are somehow racist or sexist or perpetuating rape culture, you are going to screw up men for generations to come. And this androgynous, spineless amoeba here who wants to get with the social justice warrior drum circle, listen, I'm not talking about some false sense of machismo. Why don't we start off by talking about families, by talking about getting married and staying with your wife, by talking about how to raise your kids properly. Let's teach young boys to be men, but oh no, we can't do that. That'd be a moral judgment. You want to fix whatever the actual rape statistic is, and it's not 1 in 5, you need to start getting judgmental and teach young boys how to become men, but you don't want to do that because it's judgmental.
Ms. Hoff, Sommers, would you like to comment?
Compassion.
One irony here. Okay, listen. Social justice leftists here. Okay, let's just point out an irony. The only people right now who are trying to intimidate and silence and threaten a woman here are you.
But I just wanted to add, you interrupted a woman. He asked me a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was silent.
Was I mansplaining?
You mansplained.
You? It's probably queer-splaining, isn't it?
Gay-splained.
Actually, wait, do I beat
In a good
you?
way.
Do I beat you? Because you're a Jewish woman.
Of
I'm
a certain age.
gay Jew.
The shoulder.
I think you're confusing geography. You only beat her if she puts on the hijab. Oh, you write that up in your newspaper. Shock writings. You know, it's funny. I actually tweeted out a picture. There was one that said, "Words hurt. Words hurt. Safe space is necessary." And I'm not kidding. It was written by the one registered sex offender on the block with a Bernie sign. It's true. Go on Twitter. It's absolutely true. I don't know. I don't think leftists have an understanding of the First Amendment nor the Second Amendment. I was on Russia Today one time, and they were asking about the Second Amendment because you bring that up. And I said, well, why is the Second Amendment so important to you? Like, why do you think the right to own a gun is like as important as free speech? I said, because it's literally right up there with the right to freedom of speech. That's number one. It's protected by number two. As far as the chalk writing, I don't know. It's silly. And if you're a grown adult who gets offended by someone putting something in chalk, you probably have no business being in the workforce or college.
Okay, moving on to our next question. If you'd like.
Where some of my friends got beat up, where people got threatened over the Stop Islam. And so I'm wondering where you guys think that opinions turn into hate speech and where that line should be drawn.
Well, your Muslim friends got beaten up because of chalk?
Amazingly, one of my friends who's not even Muslim was defined as Muslim because he dressed a certain way, and he's changed the way he dresses now.
Well, listen, nobody would ever condone beating somebody up because they dress a certain way. By the way, sometimes when I say stuff, it's a joke, okay? We used to be able to make those. Listen, if people want to talk about stopping rape culture, in the time you just took to ask that question, there were probably a dozen women who were raped in the name of Islam in the Middle East right then. And there were tons of people killed. So listen, no one is condoning violence against Islam. Obviously it's a silly litmus test as far as Donald Trump saying ban all Muslims, and it makes it hard for people like me who argue against the ideology of Islam. I think if you want to learn about the ideology of Islam, open the Quran, read 5 pages in any direction, and you will be... Yeah, we've had Muslims on my show many times. Guess what? I didn't like what they had to say. Okay? No, it's not my problem. It's my opinion. I don't like it. I didn't speak on your behalf. I talked about the Quran. Guess what? I wasn't there for the French Revolution. I can talk about it.
Everybody has a right.
And let me
people are beating up Muslims, that's bad. The ideology of Islam has been bad for the last several decades, and it's not hate speech to say so. It's not racist. It's an ideology in a prescribed form of religion and law, and I don't like it.
Like any other set of ideas, Islam is a set of ideas, and like any other set of ideas...
Moving on to our next question here.
When does free speech become hate speech is the basic question, right? Yeah, that's a silly question. Hate speech is a figment of your imagination. If someone says something you don't like, you don't get to label it hate speech. That's it. No, call to action is not allowed. If I say, hey, I'm going to punch you in the face, and I do it, that's not speech, that's an action. If someone says, gosh, I really don't like your face, and it would be nice if it were punched, but I would never do it, is very different. People should be able to say what they want. If you don't like it, walk out, change the channel. We don't believe in hate speech. We answered your question. Leave. Who was beat up because of what I said? Your friend was beat up because of something that I said? That's what we call being unable to substantiate an argument, Mr. Tank Top. Get out.
We have to move on to other questions. We'll take our next question here.
Shame on your delts. Put a shirt on.
Shame on your stylist, darling.
We'll take our next question right here.
All right, so...
Please refrain from interruptions.
Get in line. They will answer your question.
All right, so I wanted to start off.
It's a great example that Milo is drawing here, and he talked about people saying racist or homophobic things. Let me ask people in the audience, if you had the ability to travel back in time and stop someone like Hitler, right? Everyone here would do it, left or right. I'm giving, of course, everyone the benefit of the doubt. Why? Because he was racist. He wanted to execute gays. Well, Che Guevara as well, but you put him on a T-shirt. The point is, he was a person who everyone agrees is a vile, horrific human being. Listen, nobody here has espoused anything along those lines tonight. Not even close. But I tell you what, you want to talk about violence? If you call someone racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, call them a hate monger, and you make them out to be subhuman, it's okay to treat conservatives inhumanely. And that's your problem right there. You want to talk about who's treating who violently? When you paint someone as bad as Hitler fascist, well, guess what? You have what happened at Milo's tour. So maybe take a look in the mirror.
Next question.
Question is for Steven. On campus, we have this group called Divest the Rest, and its goal is to get UMass out of the oil and natural gas industry. And so I've attended many of the protests just to humor myself. And so during those protests, they call for the union of themselves with Black Lives Matter, with feminists, with $15 wage gap. So what is your perspective on the fact that these groups that have absolutely nothing to do with each other, why do they band together?
Well, it's strength in numbers, ironically, with a bunch of people who have no fundamental understanding of economics wanting to decide how an entire industry is run. Also, double secret irony, these people show up with the horn-rimmed glasses that come to you courtesy of petroleum while they bitch about smart cars. So I think it's silly, these people don't understand economics.
The problem with the modern women to cover up. They want all sorts of things that look very similar. Radical feminism of today and Islamism don't look that different. They all hate the West.
Well, think about it. Just here we had feminists and we had people who were angry about Muslim clapping if they heard that you were banned on campus. It's no different than book burning. These people are claiming that we're racist fascists and they're clapping when someone isn't even allowed to speak, and they think somehow it's altruistic. So, of course, these people have no priorities as it relates to free speech.
And
it's just a hierarchy. Okay, black people here, gay people here, but not Milo. Let's move him over here. And then Islam, and then, I don't know, transsexual bathrooms. There's no principle to it. So every day it's about who's the worst
look at the unholy alliance between people different about this.
One final thing, because I do appreciate taking the question. It'd be two phrases. Listen, My problem is not, of course, that there are plenty of great Muslims out there. Not every Muslim is a terrorist. It's important for you to note that. Muhammad was. And I have a problem with that. If you look and read about Muhammad's life, he killed, he called for the death of Christians and Jews. I have a problem with that. And you know what? That's okay. Just like atheists have a problem with Christianity.
At this point, we'll conclude our question and answer section. One final round of applause for our speakers. Thank you. That's all we have for you tonight. If you would like to stick around,
哇，只能说真的是太精彩了。
第一次看到有人能够把座谈会被人现场闹场呢，还能够办得比不闹场还要好看，
还要精彩啊！我看这个台下，你就可以看到为什么保守派的学生全部都没离开哈，因为实在是太好看了，太嗨了哈！这一场2016年的经典校园活动事件呢，变成正如其名啊，这个 UMass 办的这一场 The Trigger 就是触发，那真的是一触即发啊！所以呢，各大媒体包含左派非常多的舆论攻击，认为说 Crowder 实在是太过分了哈。但是我不得不说，就像 Crowder 讲的，如果今天是你左派办的座谈会或演讲的话，右派不会这样子去现场闹事啊。那既然人家是与会嘉宾，人家在台上当然是想怎么发言就怎么发言嘛，因为大会给了与会来宾充分的言论权嘛。所以我认为 Crowder 的做法呢，反而是现场好好的震撼教育了台下的这一群抗议的左派学生啊！
你他娘的还真是个天才！
我们都知道 Charlie Kirk 呢，他在2013年的时候就借由推广 TPUSA 美国转类点在各大专院校的分会呢，进入学校这个摆桌辩论。好，那 Charlie 的辩论的标语呢，就是 Prove me wrong 啊。那大家可能不晓得哦，其实 Steven Crowder 呢，在2018年的时候他也开始进入校园摆桌辩论哦。那他的诉求主要是希望能够作为他频道当中的一个系列名为 Change My Mind 这个系列，后来这么多年经营下来呢，也大获成功。那你有没有觉得，这两个蛮像的呢？好，那会不会是 Crowder 去模仿 Charlie 呢？但是没有关系。Crowder 的风格跟 Charlie 实在是非常的不同，但是两者呢都是想要透过借由挑战我或者说来改变我的想法为诉求呢，来吸引左派学生与他们展开对话。所以大家可能会非常的惊讶，就是没想到美国居然有一个这么像 Charlie 的人物已经存在，而且还是喜剧演员出身。
Hey YouTube, what you're about to watch is a new segment we call Change My Mind.
The whole point of having a government is to trust the government to protect you.
No. Would you like to have a discussion or would you like to interrupt and be contentious? I'm trying to listen.
That is an act of violence to intentionally misgender someone. Yes.
Here we come to the issue. This is something that matters to me and perhaps not to you, and then that's okay, we can disagree.
And I hope you get the hell off our campus!
People want that to be illegal? It's just someone's opinion.
You can look at Veterans Day or Memorial Day. Well, there are horrible actions that were committed.
Yeah, I feel the same way about those holidays.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Why do you believe in abolishing police? How would that help Black Americans?
Oh, there's a lot of things. You can start investing in different organizations in mental health.
I think I somewhat changed your mind by accident.
Yeah, by accident.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Feel free to, make your case and change my mind. Even though we disagree, you can sit down, express your point of view, and some people on the left view that in and of itself as adding fuel to the fire. Or can people feel free to sit down and actually discuss their positions?
哇，真的是太猛了哈！他2025年呢又要开始他的 Change My Mind 的校园辩论系列，名为The Left is Violent， 就是左派是暴力的。哇，这个我真的很担心他因为你刚刚可以看到，其实过去 Crowder 他在校园辩论方式他是跟学生完全是侧坐就在旁边像朋友一样这样交谈，距离是更没有界限，而且呢完全没有保镖在旁边那当然，因为 Crowder 本身只是一个频道主，他没有像 Charlie 那么庞大的 TPUSA 的组织跟经费，所以他也不是常常的去各大校园办，每年 大概只会在1、2所的特定学校有这样子的摆桌辩论的交谈，顺便录制成影片。那未来我有机会呢，也放他的影片给大家看。我认为你可能会更感受到一种比较属于交谈的比较久，就是可能学生参与的人数想要跟他辩论并不那么多，所以他会花更多的时间跟学生交流，甚至你可以像在刚刚影片看到，就是他其实在跟学生讨论的时候，反而是很温和的一个人。好，那么如果有兴趣的话呢，就绝对不要错过锁定超级神队友。很高兴今天把这一个特别的右派超级嘴炮机，或者说右派超级嘴炮吵架王 Steven Crowder 呢介绍给大家。那如果想看我们之前介绍的3位右派保守主义的重量级人物的话，就一定千万不能够错过这部